So let's go over the day. Let's go over the day. We're Wednesday today, midweek.
Okay, I got it.
This is the hardest day, I find, for most people, right, guys?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because the Monday, it's like this fake energy of, oh, we're gonna kill it this week, and then Tuesday.
I don't think it's the hardest day.
Well, I didn't ask you, but thank you for sharing. So where are you going with this? It's not the hardest day.
I think that Wednesday is a day of reflection and evaluation.
Again with the reflections. A lot of discussing. You guys get together. You have meetings all day. We talk about how we feel. Hey, we had one full day of work yesterday. Well, half of it because we got to work at a certain time. And no, but we're gonna talk about yesterday because yesterday. Let's go into yesterday's special event we had last evening. We were at the John Abbott College we were giving I don't know what you call it, career day.
Mm-hmm. Job expo.
What do you call it? What's the?
It's a job expo.
No, but.
It was a career night.
It's so
Career night.
future brokers doing the real estate course at John Abbott.
Yeah.
They could come and explain.
It was for their continuing education program.
Was it?
And the agency was well represented by the three of you.
Well, let's talk about the well representation. I don't know. Like, how did it
went very
all
well.
start? Well, we got there late. One. Remember, we were in our office. So we left from the Westmount office, and if you don't know, John Abbott is in the West Island. So we had to drive down for, I think it was 4:30 it started. Am I right?
Correct.
So I had a meeting at 4 o'clock that I couldn't postpone, or did I? So I said, Mike, Gabriel, you guys got this. And they said,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We'll be there, we'll be set up, and you just show up, and everything's going to be great. I make my call, I'm on the way. I finish my call, it's 4:30. I call, I text, or I WhatsApp, whatever. Mike's like, we're not set up. I'm in the parking lot. I said, what? Yeah, I'm waiting for Gabriel. I'm waiting. What time was it? 4:45?
4:35.
Yeah, 4:45. I text Gabriel, what's happening? Are you there? I'm pretending just to see what he's going to say. He's going to bullshit me.
Oh, yeah, we're there already.
No, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Then Mike's like, where's Gabriel? Where's Gabriel? Great communication. Really a dependable team. I show up. They're setting up the TV, the screen, the display, and all that. So we were about half an hour late overall. But great event. We met, how many brokers? 15, 20, 30, 40?
Yeah.
Come on!
No, there was about 30 brokers.
Was it encouraging? Was it
was.
encouraging?
I really like the comments that we received from most of them because there was quite a few banners, right? And some were Lepage, Remax, anyways, pretty much all the banners you could think of. And everybody that came to us said the same thing.
What's that?
You guys are the realest people I've seen. Everybody sounds like a robot, which is really hard to achieve, to not sound like a robot because you're repeating the same thing over and over again for 4 hours we were there.
Yeah.
So I was very happy though because we stayed natural, we stayed real, and people saw it.
And Gabriel, when he says we stayed real and we didn't have a pitch that's...
I'm about to have your back and you're going to bash me to return.
He means Etienne who was doing all the talking. And then at one point, I'm like, I turned to them and I'm like, go get the business. Like, why are we all standing there? Explain how I handled it, though, for real. How did I go about doing the whole thing? What did I do? Did I
roaming around and...
Explain to the camera. Because this is
There's
what
too
you
many
need to do as a real estate broker, as someone that has a business. You need to go get the business.
True.
Did I do it in a harassing, aggressive, pushy way?
No, it was smooth, but you didn't mind if it sounded like it was pushy, not to the brokers, but to the competitors or the other banners.
I think the major issue here is the fact that when you come into a room, you engulf the room. So people see that.
Who, Etienne?
Yeah, he can engulf the room. So he'll come in, and then right away when he walked in, there's a gentleman, I don't know if I can name his name.
Well, don't.
Yeah, and he goes, hey! Right when he walks in, like he stopped his whole speech and everything, just hey! And then he was like, hey! And then everybody was like, oh, well, he just arrived. Everybody knew who he was.
Right.
So when he was talking, he was talking with confidence and everything, and he talked like he didn't care. And because he did that, people tend to gravitate more around the fact that he doesn't care, and he mentioned
Well,
He doesn't care.
No, but I'm saying it's that feeling, because when people think that you're trying to sell them on an idea, then they're more reluctant to make a move towards you because they think that there must be a catch somewhere.
Yeah, especially with an event like this. They're expecting everybody to pitch them.
Isn't that always the hiccup for anybody who starts in this, is how do I make that first meeting sound sincere?
Well-
because it's all about meetings and first impressions. Can you go out and market yourself and introduce yourself in a sales way without it being pitchy? And that applies to you guys as well.
You know what I think it is though? If you believe in your product, it won't sound salesy.
Yeah.
I find that if you don't believe in what it is that you have, then it will sound
Yeah, but-
salesy because you're always gonna feel like, what angle can I take to hook them in?
Yeah, but I think, Mike, you're saying something very generic, à la Gabrielle, which is not a bad thing. No.
How did that become
Why
my
is it
thing,
always a
man?
negative if
Seriously.
I mention his name?
When's the last time you said something positive about me?
It's positive,
How?
but it's generic, in which
Oh,
is,
Lord.
there's
So
nothing wrong with
you're even laughing now.
You are right, but well, I want to go deeper into what you just said because I think on the surface it's generic.
How
What do
generic?
What do you mean by that? Like, I went and as you said, you used the word I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I'm honest about what we do. I'm not trying to sell. And everybody had their pitch. It was a canned presentation, and I don't do that.
But that's what I mean.
I know,
What
but you gotta
mean- what-
explain it to
yeah,
the
yeah,
viewer.
What I'm explaining to the viewers, in case, because it's them didn't understand what I said, so I'm gonna explain it to you more deeper, is the fact that whether or not, you know, you believed him, it didn't bother him because he felt confident in what he did. So a person that would gravitate towards him would understand exactly who he is, and that was the point.
And so I want to go into what makes the difference between most people and what I do is that I didn't wait at the booth. You see, like
Yeah.
most people, not most, all of them were just sitting or standing in front of the booth, waiting for people to come to their way. I'm not gonna do that. I'm there for 4 hours. I'm gonna make sure I speak to everyone in that room.
Like you mingled.
I stood at the door, Jay, so our booth is at completely the opposite. I stood at the door, and then as soon as I saw someone that we didn't get a chance to meet or talk to, I would, not in an aggressive way, I joke around, I say something funny, they laugh to just, cool down the tension. Then I say, hey, I didn't get to talk to you. Would you mind if we took 32 seconds? I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind or something. And then they laugh and they smile and say, yeah, sure, we'll go back. And then they went with me, and then I took their info and I told them about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
How many did I go and get like that?
A lot.
So, because if I didn't do that, we would have maybe a quarter of the potential business. It's still better than nothing, but that's what I mean. But we have to all be proactive and not just wait at the survey. If you're a real estate broker, because this is mostly real estate brokers watching this, you wait too much for the business, so you end up with that 3 transactions a year when you could have had 9, if you went to be proactive. Now you're still going to make a living. You're not going to be happy. It's not pleasant. It's the bare minimum. But you're gonna survive. But in business, if you want to really have fun, you got to go get it, because the sweet nectar is in the going and getting. But it's not on what falls on your lap.
Yeah.
Before we go too far, I want to know about the mindset of who you met. What's the demographic of these people that you met? Because I mean, we talk about college, we think of college students. This is a continuing education program. It's not a college.
Well, there's
demo,
college
is
age. Yeah, there was from anywhere, I would assume and guess 19 to 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Even.
And what's that mindset like? What was the mindset of these people when you saw them last night?
Well, for some of the people that I met, they wanted to make money. A lot of them had full-time jobs.
The money guy.
No, a lot of them had full-time jobs, and they said, listen, I want to have more time to myself. I want to be able to make money. And
But the mindset, like how did they figure about going about getting to become and be profitable? Did you talk about AI with them? Did you talk
I did
about,
for sure,
yeah.
big time, because I said, what's the commonality? I wanted to talk to them at the end. That's also why I was waiting at the door. I said, what's the commonality? What is everybody saying?
What was it?
Best training, best company, biggest this, biggest that.
Yeah, a lot of bragging.
Yeah. Cold call, door knock, that kind of crap.
Mhm.
And they said it's all canned, it's
Marketing.
all pitched, it's just generic crap that they expected. And when they said it, you saw it in their faces, the demeanor was like,
Disappointed.
what are you going to tell me now? And that's where we went in with what we do that's completely different, which is I said, well, we're modern in our approach. I don't want you to do cold calling and door knocking. I'll teach you how to do it if that's what you want, because I've done it. But I want to be profitable. I want your business to be able to scale your business. So you got to go into the digital world. You got to go into the social media. You got to use the AI for the nurturing and the automation and all that stuff. That's scalable. That's a real business. Don't be a salesperson. So then I got them excited about it, because for the most part, no one wants to do cold calling. No one wants to do door knocking. So they're eager to find a new way, a different way, and no one's talking about that because they themselves, these other agencies, don't know how to do it. They're stuck in their ways.
And we're gonna have a really good batch, I think, with these the finishing class, because these will not be part of the COVID heat, I believe, right? From when they told us they started their classes and so on, it was after the wave. Things were actually starting to go back to normal. Right, the shows on TV and the news and everything, it wasn't anymore the whole, you'll work an hour a month and you'll make $50 million, right? So people they're actually thinking they can make it. And I heard a lot more people than, let's say, the batch from, let's say, 2 years ago, or even a year and a half ago, that actually told me, I'm willing to put the work, I know it takes work. And so it was the real conversations. It wasn't, wow, real estate's hot, clearly I'm gonna become a millionaire, so I have to do it, because it's the in career. So I was really happy to see that, because whatever we're going to be teaching them, from AI to mentorship and so on, and teams, I feel we're going to have a much bigger chance of it being applied than, let's say, 2 years ago.
I'm really happy you said that. I'm really happy
For
that
once.
I'm really happy that you feel that way.
Boy.
What?
He's gonna talk about feelings.
You know what I get from this whole thing is that they kept repeating. Everybody we've had a chance to have a conversation with is about the energy.
Yeah.
And so why don't we talk about that a bit? Because the energy we bring is very important. You posted something today on my story or on Meller Group, on all stories.
No, you post all of your own stuff, remember?
No, but
Wink, wink.
Yes, but you put it on Meller Group.
I did.
I believe on
I did.
Facebook, on Instagram.
I
Go
did.
check it out, or go to my page. You posted what? You posted about.
I posted 2 things.
No, but the one about I'm explaining that you have to bring that energy. You gotta.
Yeah, you gotta be. I mean, look, nobody ever tunes into content to see the person sitting on the couch. We've talked about that a million times.
That's right.
We've talked about that a million times. It's a show, and that's what I find funny about when when people sometimes meet me. I'm a very monotone person. I'm a very relaxed person, but if I'm doing TV, I'm not myself. I'm the best version of myself.
That's it.
I'm 3 cocktails in, Jay.
This is good.
And that's the way I've always been, and it works. And that's what people want. They want to see animation.
Today I had a group at the office, because I do mentorship for our brokers between 1 and 3 every day. And today we talked a bit about that, about the persona.
Yeah.
You need a persona. So if you're a police officer, a firefighter, you put on the uniform, you change. You're a judge, you're a lawyer, you go to court, you put on the whatever they call it, the tarp.
Demeanor.
The tarp. You gotta have that.
Oh, boy.
If you're self-employed, if you're a real estate broker, you gotta go in with that energy. And for me, it's a show. I'm on. I gotta play and I gotta be there, and I'm all in. And that's what you saw, and that's what the response was. Oh, I really love your vibe. I really love your energy. It's almost more important than the actual thing you're saying or talking about.
And you're not going to feel it every day. You're not going to feel it every day, and that's normal. Unless you're Mary Hart or Hulk Hogan, who I told you about, those people become that character. They become that character.
And they believe they're that.
And they believe them. That's why you hear of people doing 20 push-ups before they do a scene, because they got to get into it.
Yeah.
You got to get into it, otherwise it's not going to work.
So that's not something we talk about really ever, or that you hear in real estate agencies or as self-employed individual, but it's a big component, and yesterday we saw it. So how do you feel about all of what we just talked about? What do you have to add to that? Nothing. All right.
No, but you know what? No.
Well, let's talk about AI for a second, though, because I found something really cool yesterday.
What's that?
We were talking about different ways to be able to reach people, and some things get tossed to the wind. On MailChimp. Looking at all your faces right now as I say MailChimp, there's a little cringe to it, because you're like, oh God, I gotta write a newsletter. Yesterday I wrote 4 newsletters in 92 seconds. Each newsletter was over 350 words, and I wrote 4 of them. I didn't have to pay
Yeah.
somebody. I pay $13 a month, and I'm able to put together the importance of AI real estate in a in a recession.
There you go. It's about
No
being
time.
efficient. It's
No
about
time.
using what's out there. But this is one example out of
A
a
million.
100.
But it's one that everyone can understand because no one wants to sit down and write exactly why you need to.
Well, it depends, Jay. I disagree because some people are really good at writing. I can't write. I hate it. I don't enjoy it. I don't mind talking. I don't mind the video stuff, and I really prefer that. I prefer the phone to discuss, I hate texting. I do it. But if you're really good at writing,
But it comes down to efficiency.
no, but if you're good at it, you're going to be efficient at it. I'm not, for me, it's going to take me 7 hours
No.
writing a,
I was watching Cardone yesterday. There was a live on
he's not
Cardone.
necessarily a good example in writing.
No, but
things.
listen, okay? They were talking about in terms of using AI. They let go half of their copywriters. Half of their copywriters don't work there anymore.
Well, when you take
So they
general,
said you got to pivot. So it's all about that. What's your job?
Yes,
to do?
yes.
What
Yeah.
you're supposed to sell.
but if you're talented in one aspect of something, you got to use it to your advantage. I wouldn't go
Fair enough.
and pay a thing for an artificial intelligent app to write something if I'm really good at it.
Yeah, but
They-
you
So
see
you
that,
might
but
lose
no,
your
no,
job
no,
if
yeah,
you-
yeah.
No, no, I'm talking about a self-employed individual.
Okay, sure, but now the thing is, I'm gonna school you all. So you're now talking about the
Well, you can
generic.
certainly attempt.
Yeah, I will, and you're gonna be loving it. So now you're talking generic, and I'll tell you why. And it's normal. I've been digging a lot. That's right.
All right.
That's right.
I like it.
So when you're talking about AI, the thing is not if you have a skill, you have to use it and use it to your advantage and so on. It's not. That's not the case with AI.
Tell
You can still use. He's all faking interest. I love it. But the
See,
users are
Gabriel
kind
and I actually talk about ChatGPT and
That's
AI
right.
Yeah,
quite
you
often.
guys talk too much about.
it's all about talking, baby. But here's the beauty of it. When
Tell
you
me.
start digging about AI, what you realize is that when you do have, let's say, a skill like copywriting, you don't have to start being scared of AI because you can actually use it to your advantage with your skills. It's not one replaces the other.
Correct.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
I fully agree with what you're saying.
But
Absolutely.
it's true, and you can then dominate. Let's say you said I wrote 4 articles in 92 seconds.
Yeah.
That's freaking impressive.
Yeah.
However, when you realize that with copywriting skills, you can use those same 92 seconds, still write those 4 articles, but they would blow your mind instead of just being, oh, that's kind of interesting to
Yeah,
read.
you're gonna tweak it.
It's going to tweak it for you, but there's so many ways to use AI
And that's
with your
essentially how
skills.
it works. That's how it works. You have to write something, and
Yeah.
it makes it better for
Yeah,
you.
but we all agree here
Yeah.
that this will prevent a ton of people to just execute the sending the whatever it is. Just for now, this reason, well, I now have to search and research AI
No,
apps.
it's so easy.
Well,
it's honestly so easy.
How long did you spend on finding that perfect app?
The perfect
Be
app?
real?
No, the perfect app. Well, first of all, I paid a lot of money to be part of the course, which is in and of its own.
Yeah.
But that's also the other part of everything is on top of doing this with you.
Yes.
I have a license to sell, right? I don't do it because I dedicate my time here.
Yes.
I have to get my UFCs like all of you do, and I have this course, and I'm just thinking to myself there's so much to do, but you got to continue learning, and you got to continue learning about real estate, but you got to also continue learning about business.
So because you were put in a position of pressurized cooker, I gotta execute a lot, it forced you to find this app or this technology
Yeah.
or to assist you with your responsibilities versus just not doing your job.
Yeah, well, there's a certain level of pride in anyone's life that they have to walk out the door and that's to do a good job.
But
with their
pressure is
day.
good.
Pressure is great.
Pressure is not a bad thing.
Pressure is great.
Well, a lot of people see it as a bad thing, though. That could be a different subject for a different day, but it's a lot of people are going to
And
see
you
I
can
have
certainly
pressure.
talk about that. No, it's true because you're constantly put under pressure.
I wonder why.
You crack often, but you end up.
This guy, man.
Oh,
You see? He ain't cracked the phone.
Gabriel's gone. He stepped out. Anyways, I guess we should wrap this up. It's an interesting topic. We're going to talk about a lot about AI in the future because in the next few weeks, months, because this is really now.
Absolutely.
It's not the future.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about what's going on here quickly. We have so much stuff to talk about. Mike, if you want to start with our, one of our exciting news.
Well, we're actually giving out 12 free leads for any broker that's not part of our agency that would like to join, and that's going to be till the 21st of March. So anybody that would be interested in joining, that's like 150,000 plus in commissions.
Of potential commission.
Exactly. So we do invite you to get in contact with myself or Gabriel or Etienne.
And let's go back to the energy part of the conversation when we said it's important to talk and be spirited. And for those that heard Mike say only for outside brokers, these 12 leads, they might feel like, well, wait a second. I'm already a broker. How come I don't have those 12? You can have unlimited free leads. Just come in and we'll explain how you can be part of our mentorship full-time program and you get leads galore. So if this is something that you might be interested in, then reach out to Mike or Gabriel or myself and we'll explain. Gabriel, if you want to go into another super exciting news.
Oh, well, you stole my punch for the daily mentorship team, but it's okay. It was the most exciting one.
No,
Anybody? Okay, relax. Anybody that actually has less time on their hands, full-time jobs. Thank you, Jay. Full-time jobs. I wonder if it's like this on national TV also when they point the cameras.
Well, for those who are not focused and
Focus.
disorganized,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
it is.
All right. So I'm gonna continue now.
We can start all over because the energy and everything. And,
I
'cause
have
we're
a
gonna
smile
clip-
on,
We're
it's
going
all
to cut this. And
We're gonna cut this. All right. So I'm
repurpose
gonna,
it.
Slider,
reboot it. Reboot it.
Trim, new clip.
Music,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
subtitles.
Let me know when to start. I'll
You
take
go.
my breath.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right. So for those who have less time, right? So full-time jobs, kids, I can know it all. I love shortcuts. Everybody knows that, but I still get it done. Unlike what he actually says, we actually have a daily mentorship also from 1 to 3, actually Tuesday to Friday. Different offices, obviously, we're pretty much all around. Etienne was able to actually block 2 hours of his time. Most of the time, we're also going to be there with him. So you got over 60 years of experience from sales to real estate during those 2 hours. And we answer pretty much anything. So any question you have, we'll answer. If some miraculously, because you guys actually follow what we say, you have no questions, we'll have a subject that we're able to present. So a great opportunity also for our brokers, for future brokers that would like to join also. It's I don't think it's every time that you see the AEO, the owner that's so busy and still has 2 hours a day to give to you
Forgot
for.
something, though.
I'm sure I did. Go ahead.
You didn't talk about the great news about the office.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys
so,
need to
like-
work on what we call the elevator pitch. You know what that is? No, but it's a good opportunity.
Go
So
ahead.
yesterday at the career day thing at the booth, the elevator pitch is getting someone's attention in a short amount of time. Because imagine you're in the elevator going
Yeah.
up 1 floor or 2, or maybe if you're lucky 3. You have that amount of time to connect and kind of explain what you do so that the other person doesn't lose interest.
True.
What you just did is a slow.
I did the elevator pitch at the Four
escalator.
Seasons
What's
because
the
there's
stairs
37 floors.
No, but you got to keep the attention, right? So it's got to
True.
be short and sweet and to the point. And
Okay, so show me an elevator pitch for the news about the office. Go.
you're looking for your brand new office. You have a team. You want to build a team. You want something that's custom built for you. You reach out to us. We're in a position right now where we're in that location searching.
The doors are
building.
opening.
Yeah. No, I don't want to talk about the office. I want to do one last thing quick, and listen to this. You might feel that right now a team format is better for you. We hear this all the time. Maybe it's you. If that's the case, we have big teams with leaders that have been in the industry for more than 35 years looking for those special team members. So if that's something that you're considering, even if you're not 100% sure, send me your application, reach out to one of us. We'll do a quick interview for them, and then maybe you'll be part of some of the biggest teams in Montreal that we have in our offices. Did you have something to add?
Yeah, just before you close to the event, we had Marvina on Instagram that's asking, are the reunions always at the same office? Great question. We're going to clear it out for anybody that doesn't know yet. So we're going to have on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Heritage office, Marvina, and anybody else who would like to know, and Wednesdays and Fridays always at the Kirkland office for the time being.
And when in doubt, just go on Etienne Miller Instagram or Miller Group, and the dates are displayed.
All right, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Have a super nice evening, and we're going to continue in French in a few minutes.
Thank you, everybody.